Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
I'm Brandice. That's Jo'Van.
Excuse me. I'm Jo'Van.
And this is
Closing the Gap. Thank you for joining us today on our live.
I feel like we haven't done a live in like so long.
It has been a minute.
It has been, yeah.
I don't know when the last time we did it. What was the topic?
You don't ask me.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
If you see me go to my eye, I'm not crying. I'm just having eye issues. Like, got something in my eye and it just won't stop running. So I'm not crying. I'm okay. It's just something in my eye and it will not leave. It's like the aftermath.
You know, that's the first symptom of monkeypox, right?
It is not. It's mascara, and it's like it has remnants, and I can't. This happens all the time, so it's not monkeypox. This is legit mascara. I've taken it off, put it back on. I should just let it go.
Anyway, no, she's fine, y'all. She just can't see.
I can't see, so I have to like turn to look at you.
Right.
So it's okay. I'm okay. We're good. By any means necessary, you're doing this show.
Yes.
So.
Also, let me pull up the YouTube because I can't see anything.
Okay. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you know for the last 2.5 years, we've been dealing with COVID-19.
There is someone that has been living under a rock.
What?
There are people that have been living under a rock. Like Stacey Dash.
Yes. Okay, I saw that.
Stacey Dash, she discovered probably two things. She probably discovered COVID today, and then she discovered that DMX passed away last year.
Yeah, so, I don't know where she was, yeah. But I'm pretty sure she knew about COVID. I don't think there's anybody in the world.
She must have just got out of quarantine. That's what it is. She didn't have Wi-Fi.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how... listen, I'm not even going to discuss her because that's beyond crazy. But, yeah, that's crazy. Anywho, is anybody joining us yet?
Yeah, we have Will. He's
hey,
first.
Will. Okay, Will.
Oh.
Before we start, as you join in, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We kind of forget to say that. Like, we've gotten off. We need to get back to...
We do.
Reminding people.
We got to remind people what to do.
Yes. Because...
And comment, yeah.
Yes.
Especially in our lives.
This conversation. I mean, this is fun.
Because
we're a fun crew.
Yeah, we're talking about some serious stuff today.
Yeah. So, again, unless you've been living on the rock for the last 2.5 years, we've been dealing with COVID-19. And now, I mean, COVID's still out there, so there's that. But it's a lot of aftermath from COVID that we're still dealing with. It's just a lot. There's, like... job closing, like stores closing, loss of jobs. It's just so much that we're still dealing with. And it's like you think, okay, we're getting back out there. Everybody's like outside now and living their best life. And you're like, okay, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And then it's just still, you see the aftermath of what happened in 2020. And it's just like beyond crazy. Like it started because I was talking to them my frustrations at work of like the difficulty of hiring people. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, first of all, everybody's short staff. I mean, that's just one thing that COVID happened. Of course, because of COVID, people had to get laid off. And but now it's like everybody's open back up, and it's like, hey, come here. Everyone is hiring. But my legit question is, where's all of the workers? Where did you go? What happened? So we've been dealing with that at work personally, just like trying to get people in the door, and it's just like they're hard to find. And that's why you see places like Wendy's that has a starting pay of $20 an hour. Listen, I go for some fries for $20. Yes, have you not seen that?
So you telling me I can make a 4 for $4 and make 20?
Yes. Listen, it said starting. So if you probably have some experience or something, you might make more. It says starting at $20. So that might be the dishwasher. So you might get, that's crazy.
So it's going to be crazy. You're just going to be like at a light and someone's going to pull up in like a foreign vehicle. And you can be like, hey, bro, what do you do? Man, I work at Wendy's. Be like, man, they paying like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for real, though. Because it's like a lot of places, like, you see like 15. When I saw 20, I was like, what? Like, maybe do a double take. I was like, wait, what? That ain't a side hustle?
man, for real. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see it a lot at like restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And you go in, there's like two waitresses.
Yes.
They look tired Because, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's crazy.
Everybody's doing curbside. It's just like a lot of like stress and things of the aftermath of COVID. And I think a lot of people are, some people are just not going back to the quote unquote norm. So they like kind of got used to the ease of curbside shopping, eating, everything. It's like pick up curbside
Right.
or having DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of the things. And so, yes, that's great. It's convenient, all the things. However, it kind of hurts the flip side of that's why you only see the two staff because no one is really in the, I mean, people are in the restaurants, but they can't, it is not weighing out, I should say. So I just think that's crazy. And I don't think there's one industry that hasn't been affected. I mean, the industry, like the manufacturers from China, they couldn't get the chips, and so it was a car delay.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
cars are like so crazy expensive. Now you try to go pay
Yeah.
for cars.
And we're still, like, we are still dealing with that today. So when I was back in 2020, I was working for a company that is a marketing firm for General Motors. And so we saw our business as a marketing firm impacted by the chip shortage that's going on in China
Yeah.
and India. And so because of that, you know, they're not able to create as many cars, and they're actually using most of those chips for cell phones, and the car industry can't get enough of them.
Yeah.
So that's why you're seeing used cars being so valuable right now. And I actually read that the value of used cars peaked back in March, but all the way up until then, people. I mean, that was the first time I had gone to a dealership just for an oil change, and they offered to buy my car.
Yeah.
That was the first time. It was my last oil change back in March.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
It's-
yeah.
It is crazy out here. I mean, construction, the price of like material is delays on construction. The price of everything is crazy. Food, oh my gosh, have you gone to a grocery store lately? Like the aisles are kind of like bare, and it's insane. Even okay, Sam's, like the bulks.
They asked if I was growing my hair out. The answer is
I
yes.
was like, what are you doing? I was like,
Nah, I'm not that random. Yes, I'm growing it
is
out.
Jo'Van got his hair out? Yes, Sister Mar. I was like,
Hey, if we get to 15 viewers, I'll pick it all the way out and I'll show you how long it is.
I was
I
like-
promise. I
I was
that.
so confused. I did not see that message. So when I just looked in the monitors in front of us, I was like, what is he doing? I know I got one good eye, but I saw that.
Yeah. But yeah, if we get to 15 viewers, I will pick my hair out. So share the video.
Oh, gosh.
I'll pick my hair out. I'll look crazy just for y'all because I love y'all.
Oh my gosh.
All right, sorry to interrupt you.
No,
And to
but-
distract from the.
I was in serious. I was about to get in my rant about Sam's, the bulk store. When I went to Sam's, there was limited options. Like even there, you're doing the most right now.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry. Pray for my cause right now. I swear.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Um,
I was waiting for you to look away.
I know.
You said okay. You were talking about Sam's though.
Yeah, but it's just like crazy that even Sam's, the aisles and shelves there are so bare, and it's like the limited options. It's beyond crazy.
Yeah, the supply chain,
Yeah.
and that's not just affecting, Sam's and like grocery stores. It's actually crazy. I went into Publix like a few months ago, and they were actually limiting the amount of Gatorade you could purchase. Those big
Yeah,
ones, they were like
yeah.
two minimum or two maximum, and I was just like, that's when it really hit me. I was like,
Oh,
you telling
so
me I
it's
can
like
only buy 2 Gatorades? I'm like, wow. But also, that's part of the reason why, of course, and we'll get to inflation later, but of course, inflation made the housing market blow up and everything get more expensive. But the reason why it's even more competitive and more expensive is because the supply chain and everything is backed up. They can't build enough houses because the supply chain was backed up from ships not being able to,
Yes.
get all of the things off because of COVID. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
and just I don't know if you guys have been traveling lately and have stayed in hotels. Like that's even like scarce. Like I can't remember. I went for my family reunion and I needed more towels, and they're like, it's gonna be a while. You might have to come down and get it yourself. And I was like, oh wow. And there's some hotels they don't even do key. They try to do limited interaction. So they're like, it's like on your phone, check in, everything is like because they're so short staffed that they try to make it easier, which I do appreciate making things easier. But there's that limited person interaction. Or some hotels that still do breakfast, they don't do the buffet anymore. Everything's kind of packaged up. But the person who's the front desk doing breakfast, doing all the things, running up the towels. So it's like one man show trying to do everything. So it's crazy. Like, and I think that with everything, with the job, with the short staff and everything, I think it's a good reminder right now. I want to remind people to extend grace, like especially when you're out eating and you have a long wait, or your waitress is not going as fast as you would like. Just understand that everybody's dealing with the same thing, short staff, just like limited people. So try not to get upset and just like try to be more understanding. Now if they're rude, that's a whole different story, because I think you can still do your job and like just say I apologize for the long wait, all the things, but just extend that grace and just try to be more understanding. And let's not like hoard stuff. Because I mean, obviously the shelves are bare. I mean, yes, you want to be prepared for if something bad happens, but don't do crazy stuff that you know you're not going to use, or that you won't get to be able to use. So just be mindful. Think out for your neighbor, next people. So that's my 2 cents for that.
So one thing I would like to get your thoughts on is, why don't people want to work? Because you think if they're offering $20 an hour, that they're trying to get more people to work. Why do you think people aren't?
I think when it comes to like, especially like the retail and fast food, this is just I mean, I don't have an answer. This is just my thought as far as the fast food and the retail industry. I feel like people COVID happened and they realized life is precious, and maybe they taking more stock in like quality of life. Like, I don't want in that rat race of like running myself down, because I mean, I've done retail and it's like you're always working, there's no kind of like, so that's my only thought process behind that. However, everybody can't have started a business, everybody's not working a corporate job, so I don't know where everybody went to. I can see some people saying like, okay, I want a different quality of life, I value my mental health, I'm not going to run myself rugged in the restaurant business or retail, because they want a better kind of quality of life, not be run down and working like multiple jobs, all the things. So right. I don't know. Right. That's my only thought process with that. But that's only for retail and food industry. However, I don't work in that industry, but we're still struggling to hire people. So there's that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder if people were just lazy. Like people got, underemployment, and I thought some of it, people didn't want to get sick. But now that we're in like 2022, summer 22, and we're still seeing people being short-staffed, it's making me think, well, there's 2 reasons.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I saw that. We actually should respond to those. So, okay.
So first, so Will said, I'm buying all the tampons. I cannot. I mean,
why?
Everything is... listen, okay.
Do you feel like tampons are going to become more expensive in the future?
Oh, it's already expensive. I'm not going down that road, but it is expensive. Just know they are. No one wants to run out of toilet paper, so I'm definitely stockpiled. Yeah, that's something you can use, and that's like you will always have. But I'm talking about like, I don't know, some crazy that you don't even use. People just be hoarding things that they don't use just to say they have, or well, one day I will. Like, yeah, or things that go bad. It's just like, listen, think about people.
I've heard groceries overall it's like 10% more expensive.
Yeah,
so you're spending them.
Nicole said people are waiting for another stimulus check and still living off unemployment.
Oh my God.
Okay, but if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. However, I was under the impression that the extra benefit from the unemployment was gone. So I don't understand where everybody, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought that was gone. Like the extra, however much they were getting, is gone, so it's back to normal unemployment.
I don't know about unemployment, but I do have a question for the audience. If you know anybody that is talking about the next stimulus check or they're waiting on the stimulus check, please let me know what you're hearing, because I definitely have something to say about that.
And like, okay,
100%. That's
still like, okay, that doesn't last that long. It's not like it was, it's not like $1,000. So it's like, I don't know. It's not. That's most people's rent or mortgage is like, it's not gonna cover that much once you pay necessities.
Right.
I don't understand.
I think,
So please help us. Like, that is a legit question to have, because I honestly believe that the unemployment, extra unemployment is gone. So I don't understand how people are surviving.
right, same. I don't know how people are surviving either. But I'll say this. If you know someone that is saying they're waiting on the next stimulus check or they want another stimulus check, we have to do better about educating people and letting them know that that is just going to make your life harder overall. We'll get to that, but like, that amazes me that people still want a stimulus check.
I mean, I want to check, but I mean, I still gotta work. I can't be like, oh.
Yeah, but it's
I
like,
know, I'm just being
you're gonna
funny.
end up paying that stimulus money back and more with the we're gonna get there anyway. Do we have more comments?
Everyone in my circle is working one way or another, so no one has said anything about extra steamy. Extra steamy. I mean, yes, in your circle, but listen, I'm telling you, for somebody who is like actively for the last 2 months trying to hire and interview people are not showing up for interviews. I mean, obviously, people are not, because it's like everywhere you go, it's Target, Walmart, to Wendy's, everyone is like, hey, we're doing $20. Somebody's gonna be like, I'm doing $25. It's like, so that's a legit question. I'm not bashing anybody. If that's what you're doing, if you're making it, more power to you.
Right.
However, that's just a question. I really just want to know. I'm not bashing, not hating. I'm just like, I just want to know.
Right. Yeah. So, Focus 40. Yeah, I'm
Some
curious.
states are getting it.
Yeah.
I read an article. Okay.
If you can, thank you for reading that out, because I forget that people.
Jo'Van never read. Yeah, because when people do a rewatch, they can never know what you're talking about.
So, Focus 40, you mentioned that some states are getting it, referring to the stimulus check, and you read an article. If you can find which states, I'm just curious, like which states are doing it. But let's see. Weight of the World. Yeah, nothing is free, and that's something people like. Anytime they get something for free, you always should ask, what is this actually going to cost me? It's never free. And it's never free. So
I'm laughing at Doreen. She
What'd
said,
Doreen say?
I think we're already paying back the stimulus check. Eggs are almost $4. I
mean,
listen,
literally.
I'm thinking about getting some chickens, not for real, but seriously.
Literally, that stimulus check, you're paying back in all the inflation. But like I said, we're going to come back to that.
Oh my gosh. Will, is that Will? Will said, I learn a trade.
No, that's facts. I mean, right now that's looking like a better option than college for a lot of people. Like, learn a trade.
Seriously.
And don't go into $60,000+ of debt.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it just another thing that we've talked about a lot on this show that was definitely impacted because of COVID is people's mental health. I mean, oh my gosh. We've had a couple of episodes about mental health. We talked about it a lot in several episodes. But there was a survey that showed there was a major increase in the number of U.S. adults who reported symptoms of stress, anxiety, depression, and insomnia during the pandemic compared to what surveys said before the pandemic. Some people have increased their use of alcohol or drugs, thinking that they could help and cope with their fears from the pandemic. And it's just... It's so sad. It's actually It's really heartbreaking because, again, we've already talked about this, but because of the isolation and all of the things. But as a Christian, we know who we can rely on in those times of uncertainty, and even now when when you go to the grocery store and the shelves are low, or when eggs are $4 or $5. I mean, you just have to put all your trust and faith in God because He is our provider and our restorer. So. I know it's hard, people, but, I mean, just remember, He doesn't want you to stress, so He wants to cast all our worries and cares on Him. So when you go to the grocery store, like, oh, man, I have $20, eggs are this much, milk is this much, and gas is, don't even get on gas.
You're buying $20 worth of eggs?
No,
okay, I think that's a you problem.
No, I said I have $20.
Oh, okay, you have $20.
Eggs are this much.
I'm like, why do you need that many eggs? The word says, Joshua chapter 1,
yes,
verse 9.
Yes, please give the word.
Says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And that's facts. And that's a very comforting thing. I feel like a lot of
Yes.
times we try to take on all the stresses of life onto ourselves. Like, what am I gonna do about this? What am I gonna do about this? You literally cannot manage all that yourself. And if you learn to really invite God into your life and say, "Hey, God didn't mean for me to take it all on by myself.
That part.
Let me take some off and say, God, this is all I've done. I'm putting the rest in your hands." Christians really underestimate like how freeing that is, knowing that you don't have to solve everything.
Yes.
On the flip side, though, you have to be smart and know what's going on in the world. So that's what we're going to be talking about in a minute.
Yeah. No, I think that. I mean, I just think that mental health is just a huge issue right now. Right now, definitely. It's just.
Oh yeah, I feel like I wish we had a statistic on the amount of, not the amount of people that have gotten into mental health, the profession, but how many people like Americans are getting mental help right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that industry had to have boomed after quarantine. Like,
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000%. Have you not seen on the commercials? Like, there are so many like virtual mental health or specialists that are the commercials. Like, oh, call me, connect with the even on TikTok you see advertisements on it for it. So I definitely believe there is a increase and just people are meeting people where they are to taking away that stigma of like, oh, you know. So I feel like
Facts.
the conversation has definitely increased, and I mean we try to talk about it on the show a lot. So, but COVID has definitely done a toll on so many people. So
That's facts. You said something a second ago, but I lost it. I'll come back to it. Okay, we're at 10 viewers, and
I was just about to say
listen, it's starting to get scary because I don't really want to do this. But if we can get to 15 viewers, I will. So someone pointed out, Focus 40 pointed out, they were asking. She. I said they because I didn't know. She. Who is Focus 40?
Nicole.
Okay.
This is Nicole.
Nicole noticed I was growing my hair out.
Uh-oh.
So if we can get to 15 followers, 15 viewers, I will pick out my hair and we can see what we're really working with here.
And I want people to know that he said 14 earlier. So
No, I said 15. Okay. Run back the tape. I'm
almost certain he said 14. So people, well, I think Will was watching at that time. Please remind us if he said 14 or 15. I know he said 14, but that's good to hear that we know my memory's better than his.
Mike Gaynor. Telehealth has changed mental health access. Much easier to get now. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's all I do now. I do telehealth. I've been doing it since 2019. Well, 2020. It's been great.
Yeah, I think it's phenomenal that people are meeting people where they are because, I mean, COVID's out there. People are still scared to, I don't know. So, let's see. Will said the virtual is a lot better, mainly because it's cheaper and faster to connect you to a therapist. That's awesome.
Willie, I did not say 7. I never said 7. Don't say that.
He said 15.
Thank you, Nicole.
I'm with Willie. Just kidding.
Yeah, nah. Willie's trying to start stuff. Okay. No, don't do that.
14.
Okay, so we've talked about.
Oh man, people drop it. 9. No, come back. Text people, Toya. Text people.
No. It's fine.
No, share like. Come on, people.
All right. So we've talked about mental health. We've talked about
the job industry. The construction. It's so much. It's so much. Like job. I mean, today alone, I saw that Bed Bath and Beyond. They're closing. I put this on here. Over 150 stores nationwide, and I was like, "Whoa!" There's some stores that you think are safe. People need their bedding and cook stuff and all. So I was like, "Whoa!" Because it was funny that I saw because I actually had a tab up for Bed Bath and Beyond, looking for something for myself, and then like on the other thing, I got a notification from Instagram. I think I was on at the same time. And I said that, I was like, what in the world? So, I don't know. It hit home because I was like, whoa. So, but there's so many stores that has been affected. So many small companies, restaurants that has been affected by closures because of COVID. And it's sad because these are people's livelihood. And it's just like, ugh, so many people affected. So, and it just circles all back around to mental health and all the things. I've heard, so Closing the Gap, I'm assuming that is our lovely editor, producer over here texting. I've heard about downfalls of telehealth. So, what are some of the downfalls that you hear? Some doctors were not properly trained and resulted in patient dissatisfaction. Interesting. I didn't, but I can see. I mean, listen. Well, this is the world we live in. There's going to be fraud, scams, all out there. So, just do your due diligence. Try to do your research if you are doing it, because it's definitely needed. But just do some little research.
Nah, for real. Like, whenever my therapist don't want to talk to me, she always say the Wi-Fi is bad. But I know what's up. I just be like, look, if you just want to reschedule, just let me know.
Oh gosh. Okay, I just gonna just have nothing to say from that.
Ben,
What has happened to you?
What happened to you in real life, bro? Talk to me.
What did we say? I'm trying to remember what I said. Or you said?
I don't know. I don't know which one he's referring to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, he retracted it.
Oh gosh.
What?
He retracted his message.
Oh, my phone.
Okay. Well, while he gets more information.
Wow. Okay. So there are states getting stimulus payments: California, Delaware, Georgia, Idaho, Colorado, Florida, Hawaii.
Okay, Georgia.
That is interesting to me.
Interesting.
And Florida. I definitely am gonna have to read up on that.
Yeah. So we'll definitely try to share some articles to our stories once we hear it. So that's interesting.
No, tell us about the therapist that was fired.
Please. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure there's scams and frauds everywhere. So I'm pretty sure there was. That's funny. But please enlighten us. I had that happen in real life. Just very sub-average doctor visits. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting.
Like doctor visits. Like, do you mean like telehealth, like mental health? Because I feel like sometimes they cannot be in it, but everyone experiences burnout, even therapists.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you. That was a whole oh gosh, because I mean, the burnout was real, especially in the medical field. They were like probably hours and hours nonstop, no lunch break, just working when they're sick. It's just that burnout is real. And again, they are people too. You have to get extended grace. And I think they didn't, not the grace on your life.
I was just thinking something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But like, oh gosh, I cannot with you today.
No, I just gotta say this. You know when like someone's not really listening to you, and then they'll be like, "That's crazy." Imagine your therapist. Imagine your therapist doing that. You're like venting. You're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then they're just like, that's
my
crazy.
Turtle died. Da-da-da. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Oh, my gosh.
Oh my
that would
gosh.
be terrible.
But no, like, I've heard so many stories from, like, the healthcare industry, how they were working nonstop, 12-plus-hour days. I mean, plus-hour days, nonstop, working while they had COVID themselves, still trying to take care of people.
I'm done. Keep going.
Take care of people. So that burnout is real. And I think there were obviously some frauds and scams are like, oh, I'm trying to take advantage of this time right now and trying to capitalize on it. So my heart goes out. I mean, again, I congratulate and hats go out to all of the healthcare professionals during that time. I mean, jeez, I mean, I remember going to just like during 2020, like a couple of like scares of COVID. I remember going to urgent cares and legit, I would go like, it opens at 8. I would be there at 8:05. That line was around the corner. You could not get in there. Like, sorry, it was a nightmare. So it's just like, whew. Again, hats goes off to all of those people, and even the hospitals. I can't even imagine during that time. So they literally were the front line and doing all the things. Yeah, so nurses had extreme burnout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doreen's mom is a nurse, and I know she's been working a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've been paying her like bonuses, like, please come in, please come in, please come in. You know what I'm saying? So I know I think there's a shortage of nurses actually right
people
now.
So are nurses walking out like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So Willie said she went on TikTok and said black men Oh, I saw that. I think I know exactly who you're talking about. I saw that TikTok. Said black men were emotional, unintelligent, and needed to go to therapy to understand their women. I did see that. I didn't see the original TikTok, but I saw the aftermath of her getting fired, and she had all the whatever. So because I didn't see the original, I don't want to like cast judgment. But she was her stance said she was trying to get people to get help. So I don't know exactly what she said in the original TikTok, but yeah, I thought that was crazy. So I don't know if she was a fraud or not, but I think you have to be careful though, especially with things like TikTok. If you're in that kind of industry, like especially you can't like I don't know, that's like a weird. I've seen a lot of people lose their job based on TikTok. So just be careful out there, people. Everything's not meant for social media TikTok, so you have to be careful what you say, how you say it, all the things. So just gonna say that. So
well, we were talking about inflation earlier. So right now, what?
The transition.
Oh, the transition was not smooth at all. Just some fun facts about inflation and what's going on in the economy, so you guys can just know what's up ahead. I believe since April or March, the federal government has been taking out $40 billion out of the economy every month. And they're actually switching it to $90 billion a month in September going forward. Yeah. And they're doing that to reduce inflation. Now, right now, when they increase so they're taking money out of the economy, but they're also increasing rates they're increasing rates. So 4% is their goal. And that's a really high percentage. That's a really high percentage, but they're going to keep it at 4% all of 2023. That's what they're saying. So that means like assets are going to be way more expensive, like houses and things like that. It's going to be way more expensive. So just, be watchful because that's what our government doing. And this is one of the biggest things that they said that was really enlightening. They actually want to see more unemployment going forward.
Yes, you did say that. I remember you saying that. Yeah.
So they're literally, it's not will there be more unemployment, like no, there will be, because that's one of the signs that they say that the economy's slowing down and what they're doing is working. The amount of money, the rate hikes. So, if you got a job, keep your job because unemployment is going to go up, and they're doing that intentionally.
So where did you hear this so that people will know that this is not just from the man on the street?
No, yeah. So the Federal Reserve actually said this. They had a meeting. It was at Jackson Hole. I think it was Mississippi. So the Federal Reserve had a meeting there, and the officials from that meeting were interviewed, and they were saying they want to see high unemployment. They're going to raise rates. They are taking $90 billion out of the economy. One of the big things that the country's waiting to hear, though, is I think it's on the 20th of September. They're trying to figure out if they're going to increase the rates by basis points, 50 basis points or 75 basis points. That is, if they do 75, that's probably going to crash the stock market. So if you're looking to invest, you might want to wait till after September, but that's not even the point. Just be watchful of the economy. Take care of your job because a lot of people are getting let go, and it's going to continue into 2023.
Exactly. So I'm with Sis Nicole. She said, I bind it in the name of Jesus. Unemployment will not go up.
I mean, the federal government it's the federal government versus Jesus then, so hopefully Jesus wins, what I'm saying, because that's their plan, is to make unemployment go up.
Mitchell said stocks went down when he made that announcement.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to go down even more towards the end of September. So,
well, you've heard it here first. You can either Jo'Van's telling the truth or he's lying. I don't know. Okay.
Look it up.
Not lying, but he has wrong information. I don't know. We shall see. I wouldn't say you're like lying. No, I'm not saying that.
I know what I'm talking about.
Alrighty, guys. What are some other ways that you've noticed that the aftermath of COVID, like we're still dealing with now?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking the people.
Oh.
Exactly. Nicole said, I don't care about statistics. God is able. Be watchful and be prayerful.
I can't disagree with that.
Facts. Alrighty, guys. You can still comment and let us know, because I mean, this is only just a handful of things that we've seen COVID affect. I mean, there's so much. I mean, I literally don't think there was one thing that wasn't affected or impacted by COVID. I mean, every single thing. I mean, goodness gracious. Whew.
I mean, I guess how much this was when I went to the gas station.
How much?
Like, guess. Those two things.
$6.
$7.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Again, for the people, he's talking about a Red Bull.
A Red Bull.
And
almond,
again, that is the fun shared size. So
this is the only size. Share size is the only size now.
See, listen, told you, the shelves are low.
Oh, also, I don't want to skip past the stimulus check thing real quick. The reason why we have high inflation right now is because of the stimulus that was passed in 2020 that was given out to support Americans through the pandemic. Totally understand. People weren't working, so you needed the money. However, that also made more inflation, and we've probably more than paid that back in groceries, gas
alone,
just
Jesus.
everything. We've paid it back, right? So I don't want another stimulus check because it's gonna, and I don't think it's gonna happen. It doesn't make sense for them to pass a stimulus check while they're also fighting inflation at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I get it. People want a stimulus check, but it's just going to make your life more expensive. Like, you can't, want a stimulus check and also complain about how expensive milk is.
I mean, I can...
it doesn't,
I can do both, Jo'Van. I can want my eggs and eat it, too.
You're all the $20 worth of eggs that you want to buy?
First of all, I did not say that. I was speaking as a person who only had $20 and needed eggs, milk, and all the things.
Oh, Cicely. One good thing is that people realized that family mattered more than work.
Yes, and exactly. I think that it was the biggest key from that, and I honestly believe that that's another reason people aren't rushing back to the bad jobs. They want more quality of life. So even through our interview process at work, one of the main questions they ask are what's the culture like here? What's some benefits? A lot of times, honestly, they have not asked. So we've left so many interviews they didn't even ask about pay, but they always asking how does it feel. They want that over. I mean, of course, people want to get paid. However, they want that quality of life. That they want that good work balance, all the things. So, just that's a good one.
Nah, I want to say that's really important, culture, because I literally had a friend of mine, they left their company, and then they made a review on Glassdoor, and HR actually came after them on Glassdoor. Was like, well, maybe if you were a better employee, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was just like, first of all,
that's a little toxic there.
I've never seen on Glass, usually, the typical response is, I'm sorry that your experience at this company was not the way, blah, blah, blah. And they usually keep it there, and then they'll be like, the company, they'll talk about how good, the company and blah, blah, blah. But they were like, nah, we're coming at you. And now I was just like, man, it's not a good look.
Okay, right. Willie said, have you heard of this quiet quitting?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Okay.
I don't really understand it. Do you understand it?
So we were talking about this at work the other day, and I haven't done too much research myself, but they were saying that it's basically you do the bare minimum. It's like, I don't want to be here. You just coasting it by. But I'm like, so are you trying to get fired? I'm just confused. Please, Willie, if you can explain it better to us. But that was what my understanding from my conversation with some coworkers. And I was like,
Okay, why do people quiet quit?
They feel undervalued or just unhappy. I mean, there's probably a list of things why.
Okay. I mean, I will say I agree that people that enjoy where they work or they feel valued or they feel like it's a mutually beneficial environment, they will work harder.
Definitely 1,000%.
100%. You can't disagree with that.
Well,
so, yeah. Now, as far as quiet quitting because you're unhappy about like certain things, I mean, I can't say across the board that I agree with quiet quitting because to me, if you're hired for somewhere, you need to do the job. You know what I'm saying? You're not
Either find another job. Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So it depends, but I feel like overall, if you work somewhere, do the job.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Willie said, quiet quitting is literally doing your job, nothing more, nothing. So, like, no, I know people like that. Like, that's not my job. That's not my job. And you do. Somebody, our editor, not, well, I keep calling you our editor. Our producers keep saying that was her. So, I mean, I understand, like, if you're not getting paid, that people like putting more on you that you're not, that's not your in your title and you're expected over and beyond and not getting paid or compensated for. However, when it's like, I don't know, but some people are just doing the bare minimum. I think that's where it comes from. Not like I'm not doing, because you want to be compensated for things if they're asking more of you. I get that.
Yeah.
However, the quiet quitting is like, I'm not doing. You tell me to give you a pencil. Is that my job? I'm being extra right now, but I'm just saying they're doing the bare minimum. That was a bad example.
That's
Sorry.
Funny. It's funny though. Where's my 5% raise to hand you that pencil? Nah, see, my thing is the reason why I feel like, especially on social media, and I see certain people and them ranting. I feel like a lot of people, they want more than the value that they bring. Mm-hmm. And that's why I just can't completely condone quiet quitting, because I feel like there's probably a significant portion of those people who just feel entitled. Like, there's certain people that just like, I should be a supervisor. I should be a manager. They just feel that way.
Yes.
And because they don't get it, they're like, well, shoot. I mean, they think very highly of themselves, but their value doesn't match
their work,
what they think about themselves. So that's why I'm like, okay, I mean, you can quiet quit if you want.
You're going to get fired, loud fired.
But that's not going to get you. In fact, if you at least, I believe that if you at least work hard, you're at least potentially bettering yourself for the next opportunity. But if you're just lazy.
You remind me of right now, like, I agree, but you remind me of like that statement that Kim Kardashian said. Get up and work. You're lazy. Get up and work. Basically what she said.
I
agree. I get what you're saying.
Please do not compare me to Kim Kardashian.
When you said that, that's what it made me think of.
It's to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, but the funny thing about Kim Kardashian saying that, I'm not going to say she doesn't work hard in whatever she does, but it's just like, I feel like her job is being professionally good looking. And she capitalizes on that.
Yeah.
I mean, she works hard. She's got her. I think she's got like, I don't know if it's makeup, but she has clothing.
Makeup, clothing.
Yeah.
Perfume, fragrance. A bunch of skincare now.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff.
She's doing a lot of stuff. So I'm not to take anything away, but I see why people laugh at that. We're just like,
no, it's just the way you said it. I'm not saying anything you said is wrong. It just reminded me of that. It was just funny. Sorry.
No, okay. What are we doing?
So Toya said, most companies don't care about people and will work you like a dog if you don't say anything. That is true. Listen, know your worth, people. Know your worth.
I feel like we need to have a producer on the show. She got something
Listen, we got to catch her before she drop.
No, I agree. And there are companies that will take advantage of people, and I think that's terrible. I think that's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's not, and I won't say, I'm not going to be one of those people that just like, well, if you don't like it there, just leave. Because sometimes it's not as easy, if you can't find another job. But at the same time, you could just leave. So I'm a very empathetic person. That's why I always see both sides.
So 2 comments real quick. I'll read Toya's real quick. She said people who don't do work usually get promoted, and the hard workers usually get slighted, unfortunately. Hold on, I just got promoted. It means not saying I don't work. I work hard.
I don't know if I agree with that. So you're telling me usually, which means more times than not, the lazy person gets promoted. Okay, Why is
I don't know
that?
about that either.
Because that.
The buddy system. That's a whole different. That's a bad company. Oh, we were talking about like a legit. Okay, y'all need some mics so that people can hear y'all. Or put it in the comments. Anywho, there's a whole conversation going on here, people. And then also, so Nicole said, "Hey, that takes work being professionally good looking." Right? I didn't wake up like this. Okay.
Listen, okay. Look, yes, the buddy system, the other's favorites. Yes, I agree. That exists and it happens. Connections, networking, all that stuff. I mean, it's easier to get a job if you know the person that works there versus if you don't know nobody and all that stuff. And being at a company where you and the boss have lunch every day, you're probably going to move along a little bit quicker. But like, I just don't believe that like the overall success of the company is going to be the greatest when you're just hiring people based on.
Sorry.
What's happening?
Doreen said Jo'Van's look is gone.
I'm just, yeah, anyway.
14 people, or 15. 4 more people. 4 more people.
I really don't want to pick. Y'all don't want to see this out.
Okay.
It's going to stretch past the screen. You're not even going to be able to see it.
It's not that big. Monica Parker said they are lazy. They just work the system and the leaders like them and promote them. The golden child. See it all the time. Interesting.
Okay. So then let's reframe this, right? Because if the buddy system is that big, then there would be no incentive to work hard if you're not in the buddy system.
The bunny system?
The bunny system. Hop. Yeah. The buddy system. If you're not in the buddy system, then that would mean that no one would have an incentive to work hard if they're not going to be promoted. But that's not true. People still work hard anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So should they stop? No, they shouldn't.
Okay,
so it's
Kim
like.
K.
Anyways.
I'm only messing with you.
I know. But it's just like, I don't know. What are we doing?
Jo'Van's face. Yes, he does that light skinned face all the time. Like,
I mean, I am kind of light skinned, just a little bit. I'm brown skinned. You know what I felt like I looked like? Have you ever seen that
fill up in a week.
That meme of that woman? She was in like divorce court, and she's just like,
no.
You've never seen that?
No.
Oh, I gotta show you later.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all, if y'all can get like 4 of your friends to hop on. I mean, it's only because he said this.
Nah, because then when they get here, I'm gonna have to go to my car or get my pick. Like, they're not gonna stick around. If I come back and there's not 15 people, I'm leaving.
We will do it after an after shot. You can do it on our live on our Instagram or on our story, not live.
Do you realize I'll have to shoot the whole next episode with my
You can do it after the next episode,
Oh,
but we
okay.
will have it on our story tonight if it happens. 14 people. Get 4 people to come on live, people. Okay, so let's see. Monica Parker says, working hard doesn't always bring you promotions on a job. You have to be strategic. Work hard and work smart. That part.
Willie, we got beef now.
You look like Tom from
We got
Bulldogs.
beef, bro. We got beef.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Willie, do we know each other?
No, I don't know who Tom is.
Tom?
Yeah.
Have you watched Boondocks?
Yeah, but not like enough to know like.
Okay. I used to get called Tom all the time in
But I don't know who Willie is either. So there's
I used to get called Tom all the time in college because of the way I speak. Because he speaks very proper. And he's actually light skinned. Like, he's actually light skinned. So it's a little trauma. You know what I'm saying?
So Focused 40 said some people work ethics don't let them slack no matter what. They will work hard regardless. It's Will. I'm sorry, we keep calling you Willie.
I know who Will is. That's my friend.
Oh, I thought you were being funny.
No. I know that person.
Oh, no, I thought. Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna.
What?
Okay, I was like, well, I thought you knew Will earlier. It's okay. Sorry, I don't want to call you Willie anymore.
But yeah, the buddy system, I say just don't let that discourage you from working hard. And I would try to go somewhere else where your efforts are appreciated.
I'm just curious. How do we get from COVID after this?
We were talking about burnout? What were we talking about?
I don't know. This is.
I don't know how we got here either.
We passed burnout. That was crazy. I don't know how we got to this point, but that was.
Quiet quitting.
Say it 5 times.
Quiet quitting.
Say it 5 times.
Quiet quitting. Quiet quitting. Quiet quitting. Quiet quitting. Quiet quitting.
People, y'all disappointed me. Get up to 15 for me really quick.
Look, at a certain point, we gotta let the people spend time with their families.
We are family. Do you not feel like we're family? But okay, well, for real, we're gonna have to end this. This is gonna
a solid hour.
Legit. But for the people who stayed around, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.
Yes.
And if you make a lot of noise on our Instagram, maybe I can convince this one to pick his hair out since he said it.
At least 20 likes on the post. At least. And I'll pick my hair out and put myself on blast. But yeah. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. We sure did enjoy you. And we will see you next time for our live. Next time on Closing the Gap.
Bye.
You laughing at me? Let's see